the most difficult challenge you may have had in boxing?
Well, listen, with the fights that he's had and the wins that he's had under his belt, this is going to be the toughest fight because he's in great form.
Joseph Parker admits he underestimated Daniel Dubois, but now he's set to prove the Brit's hype is overrated and show that experience and IQ will reign supreme in their upcoming fight.
I'll be able to use speed and movement. I'll be able to use experience. I've been in the ring with a lot of top fighters and had some good wins, had some losses, but I'm able to bring all of that and use it with this fight in front of me.
Joe Parker is looking forward to his highly anticipated February showdown against Daniel Dubois, where he will have the opportunity to reclaim a world championship and add an IBF heavyweight title to his collection. The New Zealand boxer has had a tumultuous yet impressive career, with key wins that have reinvigorated his reputation in the boxing world. As Parker prepares for his upcoming bout, he admits that in the past, he may have underestimated Dubois, acknowledging the British fighter's considerable improvements over the years. In recent interviews, Parker has reflected on Dubois' rise to prominence, openly conceding that he didn't give the young Brit enough credit in their previous encounters, and now he recognizes that he was wrong. Dubois has quietly racked up a series of high-profile victories, with a particularly eye-catching finish against Anthony Joshua that surprised many observers, Parker included. He admits that he had doubted Dubois in previous contests, including bouts against Jarrell Miller, Filip Hrgovic, and even Joshua, but each time, the British fighter managed to exceed expectations.
It was, obviously straight after the fight with Dubois and Joshua, they were waiting to see if Joshua was going to take the rematch. And my name was thrown in the picture, and a few other names thrown in the picture, but they sort of narrowed it down to myself, and then when they announced it online, I was like over the moon because I was looking for a big fight. And Daniel is a great fight to be involved with because he's in good form. He's looked great in his last 3 outings. And he's full of confidence. And with each fight, he looked better and better. So I have to be on my game and better than what I was against Zhang and Wilder.
For Parker, the upcoming fight against Dubois is a chance to prove that his second win in boxing is for real. He's been on an upward trajectory following victories over Deontay Wilder and Zhilei Zhang, and he now has the chance to become a 2-time world champion. This prospect excites him, especially as he will have to take on one of the most dangerous young heavyweights in the division. Dubois, known for his raw power, has looked like a formidable force, and Parker knows that his upcoming bout will be a test of his adaptability and experience.
So I have to really match him. I have to match him for the endurance that he's going to bring, but also he throws a lot of punches, power punches, combinations, and whereas the other guys didn't really throw too much, so I have to really lift my game for Dubois.
A major point of discussion ahead of the fight has been the differences between Parker and Dubois in terms of style, experience, and attributes. Dubois is naturally the bigger man, and many pundits have pointed out that he packs a much harder punch than the more technical Parker. However, Parker's resume, which includes a number of high-quality wins over established fighters, shows that he is no stranger to the challenges posed by powerful punchers. His victories over Wilder and Zhang demonstrate his ability to handle heavy hitters, even if he hasn't always had the punching power to match them in the ring.
He has proven how to take away the threat of serious power in the way that he boxes. Obviously, Daniel Dubois, we know he's got some serious power, but
are you talking about Wilder in this instance?
Zhang got a lot of power as well.
Yeah, okay.
And Zhang's hands are actually quite fast.
Yeah, they're very fast.
Well, yeah, but his hands are quite rapid. Parker proved in those 2 fights that he can box to a game plan, stick to a game plan, and obviously execute a game plan. Now, the Dubois thing is an interesting one because Dubois is quicker than the pair of them that we've just been speaking about, right? And he also carries that power.
Yeah.
Do not back against Joseph Parker in this fight because he could nullify this bomb. He could defuse this bomb and he could throw the cat amongst the pigeons with this particular fight. I agree with you. I think Dubois is the favourite going into the fight, given the run that he's currently on. But Parker's tail will be up.
He's a live underdog.
He's earned
for sure.
this opportunity, and he could go in there and nullify this and absolutely blow the whole thing up.
Carl Froch weighed in on the potential fight, offering a balanced view on the strengths of both men. Froch believes that Dubois' size and punching power will make him the favorite heading into the bout, but he also recognizes the significant challenge that Parker represents. While Parker may not have the raw knockout power that Dubois possesses, Froch praises his fitness, resilience, and boxing IQ, noting that the New Zealander has has a lot of experience and a proven ability to handle 12-round fights. According to Froch, if Dubois can withstand Parker's craftiness and take control in the later rounds, he should be able to take a win, especially with his crushing right hand and growing confidence.
I think a Joseph Parker fight is bigger than Parker, naturally bigger. He punches hard on him, but Parker's on a couple of decent wins. Yeah, beat Zhang, he beat Deontay Wilder. They're good wins in good form. You know what I mean? He's looking like he's really getting his second win in his career. So if Dubois can beat Joseph Parker after the wipeout job against AJ, he really has established himself as a bona fide world champion.
Yeah.
So, and it's a fight that will be good because you never know because Parker's got all that, he's got bags of experience.
Yeah.
On the other hand, some have suggested that Parker's adaptability could be the key to victory. Chris Algieri has expressed his belief that Dubois has yet to face a fighter with a versatility of Parker. Algieri pointed out that while Dubois has shown promise against fighters like Joshua, he has struggled when facing opponents who use movement and strategy to frustrate him. Parker, who has been in the ring with top-tier competition, is known for his ability to adjust to different situations and can make a fight difficult for opponents who rely solely on power.
It's a really tough fight for Dubois. Not an easy route for anyone in the heavyweight division, this new version of Joseph Parker. The guy's got a very good chin. He's got a great gas tank, good motor. He knows how to fight punchers. He's coming off of two humongous punchers in Wilder and Zhang. Granted, Wilder didn't fight the fight, doesn't look to himself, but Zhang sure did. Zhang dropped him twice. Parker got up and outboxed him. He's a very, very capable guy in there, even a heavyweight. He's a big guy, too. People forget. Yes, he's a technician. Yes, he's kind of crafty and will outmaneuver you, but he's big enough, durable enough to deal with these super heavyweight guys and a big punch like Dubois. Very, very tough fight. Good matchup.
Dave Allen initially leaned toward a Parker victory, though he did not completely dismiss Dubois. Allen noted that while Dubois is continually improving and growing stronger, Parker's experience and ability to box intelligently make him a tricky opponent. He observed that Dubois, while clearly more powerful than Parker, is not invincible, and Parker could potentially outpoint him with his superior boxing skills. However, he also acknowledged that Dubois has evolved into a more complete fighter, one who no longer seems as susceptible to criticism regarding his chin or mental fortitude.
I can see Parker beating him on points, yeah. But Dubois is getting bigger and stronger all the time. Like Dubois is a different kettle of fish now 2 years ago. So, you know, when it only takes one fight to paint a picture, like, I used to be known as one of the hardest men in British boxing. I pull out in the corner against Fraser Clark. I'm a quitter on this and that. You know, you go from one of the hardest men in British boxing to a quitter overnight. But I used to look at Dubois and go, he's got a bit of quitting in him. He's a bit chinny out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not anymore, is he? Like, he's walked through Hergovich, walked through Miller, walked through Joshua.
Sean Porter is another who has expressed confidence in Dubois' abilities, especially after his dominant performance against Joshua. Porter believes that Dubois' recent activity and consistent improvements put him in a good position to handle the challenge presented by Parker. He feels that Dubois' maturation and growth as a fighter will allow him to overcome Parker's experience and take home the win. Porter also noted that heavyweights tend to mature later than fighters in lighter divisions, and he feels that Dubois is still in the process of reaching his peak.
He's fought Gerald Miller, Philip Hergovich, Anthony Joshua, and now fighting Joseph Parker within 18 months. He's only 27 years old.
Love it. I love that he's been busy. His fight with Joshua wasn't a big bruiser, so you know, coming back, and especially coming back against Parker is that's a really good fight for him. I think it's a fight that he'll win, but it's a good boxing match. You know, and then like I always say, more than anything, I want to see good boxing matches.
I think that what's been incredible with Daniel was, you know, years ago he got stopped by Joe Joyce. A lot of people labelled him a quitter. Same thing happened in the Usyk fight.
He had to grow up. You know. And listen, this is what we know about heavyweights. They mature later than in the other weight class. You know, so he matured a little later, and I think he's grown through some of his growing pains. And the worst thing for a fighter is you see our growing pains.
Other figures in boxing have offered predictions in favor of Dubois, including Zhilei Zhang, who fought Parker to a competitive decision. Despite his admiration for Parker, Zhang believes that Dubois will come out on top in the clash. He mentioned that he has a strong feeling that Dubois' aggression and growing confidence will carry him to victory. Zhang's personal experience in the ring with Parker also added weight to his prediction, as he pointed out that Dubois has shown the ability to deliver in big moments, and this could play a decisive role in the upcoming fight.
I like both fighters. I respect both fighters, but somewhere in my gut feeling is telling me that Dubois is gonna win this one, and because I admire his style and I like how he approached the fight. I like Parker as well, but I believe subconsciously I believe Dubois is gonna win this.
Shannon Briggs praised Parker for his resilience and ability to bounce back after losses. However, he also believes that Dubois has developed significantly since his earlier defeats, such as his loss to Joe Joyce. Briggs notes that while Parker's experience and toughness make him a formidable opponent, Dubois' improvements, especially in terms of his punching power and tactical maturity, will give him an edge in the contest. Briggs emphasized that this fight will be no easy task for either man, but the younger, stronger Dubois may ultimately prevail.
These guys fighting and staying busy and staying fighting. So he was the first guy really of this current era to me that would take a loss and come right back. Take a loss and come right back and get a win, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super impressed with him. Can he beat Dubois? He possibly can, but it ain't as easy as we say. As I would have said Parker all day before. But now, Dubois has changed. He changed up, man. He got better. Paulie
Malignaggi believes that Dubois will have to show more than just his usual explosive power to beat Parker. Malignaggi pointed out that Parker is a multi-layered fighter, and Dubois will need to demonstrate boxing intelligence if he hopes to outmaneuver Parker and secure a win. He stressed that Dubois will need to think on his feet and adjust to Parker's style, which could involve a lot of movement and tactical work. Malignaggi also noted that Parker has been in with some of the best in the division and knows how to handle aggressive fighters, making the fight an intriguing challenge for Dubois.
Gee, that's a good question. You know, it's probably, you're looking at a multi-layered fighter when it comes to Parker. I think you're going to have to, Dubois is going to have to show us something that we may not have seen in him. We know he's got this reputation as an explosive, bulky type of fighter who can create highlight reel knockouts, but I think he's going to have to show some of the IQ, if there is any, there, and that's going to expose whether there is any or not. And if he's able to beat Parker because he's going to have to show this IQ in this fight, then we're going to be able to check off another one of the boxes in terms of how we rate Dubois and say, okay, he's even higher and even better level than we've given him credit so far. You know, it's another one of those check marks that you can say, okay.
Nick Campbell has expressed his belief that the fight is too close to call. He pointed out that both Dubois and Parker are performing at a very high level, with Parker's wins over Wilder and Zhang showing that he is still a top contender. Campbell highlighted the stark contrast between the two fighters, with Dubois being a more aggressive, power-punching fighter, while Parker is known for his adaptability and strategic approach. Campbell sees this clash as a great stylistic matchup, where Dubois will look to impose his will with power, while Parker will use his ring IQ to outmaneuver his opponent.
I think if you need to be honest about it, you know, listen, Joe's a really good friend of mine, but if I want to be impartial and I want to pass comment on things and I want to, you know, I need to be honest about it as a 50-50 fight. I think you look at both guys' momentum, you know, like you just said, Dubois has been unbelievable in his last 3 fights, 3 big wins. You look at Joe, his last 2 fights, especially Wilder and Zhang, 2 unbelievable wins, 2 great performances. I think if you look at both fighters, they're both pretty opposing characters, pretty polar opposite really in their personality, the way they go about things, their journey so far.
Derek Chisora has made it clear that he believes Daniel Dubois' knockout power will be too much for Joseph Parker, predicting that the fight will end within 5 rounds. Chisora has been outspoken in his belief that Parker lacks the chin necessary to withstand the kind of power Dubois possesses. While this prediction may seem aggressive, it underscores a broader consensus that Dubois' ability to land heavy punches is one of his strongest advantages heading into the fight. Chisora's comment highlights the widely held belief that Parker's defense will be severely tested by Dubois' ferocious punching power.
What do you think about that fight?
Which one?
Dubois Parker, if it does happen.
I think Dubois wins it. You know, because I don't think Joseph Parker's got a strong enough chin. Daniel hits hard. You know, Daniel hits hard. So I see that fight. Daniel winning 5 rounds.
On the other hand, Lawrence Okolie offers a slightly more nuanced perspective on the matchup. While he acknowledges Dubois' power and speed, he also suggests that Parker's style could pose significant problems for the British heavyweight. Okolie points out that Dubois' physical attributes may not be enough to overcome Parker's wealth of experience and his technical skill. He emphasizes that Parker's boxing IQ, coupled with his ability to dictate the tempo of the fight, will likely make things difficult for Dubois.
Obviously, your thoughts on a few things in the heavyweight division. First of all, the announcement that Dubois is defending his belt against Joe Parker. Your thoughts on that fight?
I think it's a great fight, and I like they're really putting Dan in there. You know, fight after fight after fight, hard fights. You know, I think Joseph Parker stylistically could cause him a lot of problems with his speed and experience, and he's been in there with the likes of Wilder and Zhang, who are two massive punchers. So it's not like the power that Dan, because Dan's got great power, but it's not something he's never seen before.
Okolie recognizes that Dubois has been in strong form, winning impressively in his recent outings, and his confidence could prove to be a major asset in the ring. However, Okolie remains unconvinced that Dubois will secure an easy victory, expressing surprise if Parker doesn't put up a strong fight.
I think Dan's just a bit too much on a roll right now, so I do favour Dan, but I can just see how Parker could just nullify and just work his way to a points decision.
Amir Khan also leans towards Dubois as the favorite in this matchup. Khan has been impressed by Dubois' raw power and technical skill, noting that he has been following the fighter's career closely, especially after his standout win against Filip Hrgović. Khan is confident that Dubois will bring his best to the ring and capitalize on the momentum he's built from his recent victories, including his triumph over Anthony Joshua. Khan believes that Dubois' confidence stemming from these wins will be crucial in securing a victory over Parker, suggesting that Dubois is primed for success in this fight.
I like Dubois, man. Dubois a beast. Honestly, I said that from when he fought against Hrgović. I said that, yo, who is this kid, man? I go, this kid's good. And I remember watching that live, and I like the way he fought and how he puts his punches together and how strong he is, and the way he took those fighters apart. Obviously, he's coming off a great win against Anthony Joshua. He's gonna have more confidence. So yeah, I think I got Dubois going in that fight winning.
While acknowledging the strength of Parker's opponent, Adam Smith also praises the preparation and condition Parker is in ahead of the fight. He highlights the fact that Parker is in excellent shape and has a top-tier team backing him, which he believes sets the stage for a memorable performance. Smith is confident that with the right elements in place, Parker has the potential to give a strong showing against Dubois. The quality of Parker's camp and his personal determination to succeed could play a significant role in how the fight unfolds.
Yeah, second one. No soft touch here. Joseph Parker's in the form of his life. Andy Lee has been amazing for him. I spoke to Joe on my podcast a couple of days ago, and he is just absolutely bang up for this. He's put a bit of muscle on. He's got George Lockhart with him. He's got Andy Lee. He's got a great team. Obviously, one of the nicest people in boxing. Daniel Dubois has got the momentum and the confidence now. It's fantastic being around him. He came back from a holiday in Brazil, super sharp. I saw him on the pads, maybe in his first or second training session back, and he looked incredible.
Ultimately, the consensus seems to be that the fight between Parker and Dubois is a fascinating matchup with no clear favorite. Dubois has the edge in terms of raw power and youthful energy, but Parker's experience and boxing ability make him a dangerous opponent who could upset the odds. The fight promises to be an exciting one, with a potential for either fighter to emerge victorious, depending on how the fight unfolds. So, what are your thoughts about this? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.